Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. 4th of July baseball coming at you. It's the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Miami Marlins. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog. I mean, look at these stats. He's got hitters guessing on every pitch. I'm excited to see if he can maintain his dominance in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go now. And starting this one, Ryan Weathers. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. Out there to center. And it drops in. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Line drive. That's a fair ball, and it's getting into the corner. Headed for the plate. He'll score.
Comes through with the RBI. It's always fun to see a double rip down the line. That one just barely stayed fair, so that was a good call by the umpire. He was all over it.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's the Brewers catcher now, William Contreras. That's a strike, and the count is 1-2. The Fish would love to get a win in this one to boost their postseason hopes.
And every game seems bigger once you get past the All-Star break, Billy. Some teams get paralyzed by that pressure, but the best teams rise to the moment. Well, that's a blue zone right there, or the cold zone on the hitting chart. Just doesn't have much success in that part of the strike zone, and a really good job of the pitcher executing. Try to go there as often as you can. The numbers are in your favor.
And it's Rhys Hoskins up to the dish. Runner breaks for third. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to third, and he's in there easily. Terang stands at third with 1 gone in the inning. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in play somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
The 1-2. And a good eye there.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Run scoring double for the Brewers this inning. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. And on the hill, Tobias Myers. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. Some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me, it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your two-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss, as you did right there.
Now here's the Marlins DH, Griffin Conine. That one ripped. A dive, and he can't haul it in. Around second now, going for 3. And he's got himself a triple.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. A lot of hitters tell themselves, line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there, it was perfectly executed. On time with everything, and pulled it into the gap nicely.
One down, runner at third. And here's the first baseman, Jonah Bride. Ball to strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
1-2 is the count.
This one in the air, center field. Makes the grab. Runner tags for home. He's in to score the sac fly. It's 1-1.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job, and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner on third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
Connor Norby, the next up for the Marlins. Here's a 1-1. High fly ball out to left field. Chourio gets under it. Squeezes it, and that'll do it. So it's 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on. Second inning coming up here in South Florida. All tied 1-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now the left fielder, Jackson Chourio. Swing and a ball popped up. Lopez makes the grab, 1 away. Here's Mark Canha. Canha matched a homer in his last game. And there's a foul ball. He goes down looking.
Well, he throws him with a great fastball right on the corner. It's kind of like bowling when you think the ball's going to get into the gutter, and somehow it just hangs onto that edge and knocks down a pin. Well, he got the outside corner of the plate and got that called third strike.
2 down, bases empty. Here's the third baseman, Joseph Ortiz. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
He's dealing with a great 2-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
Weathers fires. And that's outside.
That's outside.
And the count is even, 2-2. 2 outs, base is empty. And the slider just misses.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Now this is in the air down the line. Sanchez makes the play, and it's out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. All tied 1-1. We head to the bottom of the second. Now it's the right fielder, Jesus Sanchez. Next offering is fouled back. And a pitch. And a seed into center. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
We don't see this a whole lot anymore where hitters with 2 strikes are willing to shorten up, tighten up, and try to hit the ball back up the middle other way. He was trying to hit that hole, I believe. Very good at bat with 2 strikes.
So digging in, Graham Pauley. Can't get there, and it deflects off him. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Here's the left fielder, Dane Myers. Cut on and lifted in the air, Chourio. And there's one away. And up next for Miami, Agustin Ramirez. Sanchez on second. Pauley over at first with one away. On the ground to short, could be 2. Flips to second, that's 1. To first, not in time. Great effort there. So up next, Derek Hill. Two outs. On the ground to short, Edwards. He pulls into second, and a run comes in to score.
Well, every double play turn starts with getting 1, and even though these players work on these plays during batting practice over and over again, sometimes at game speed you can still mess it up. Could have been 2 outs. Instead, they get nothing.
Back to the top of the order now. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Otto Lopez. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Long run, tracks it down. And the inning is over. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. We head on now to the top of the 3rd. It's the Marlins 2 and the Brewers 1. Welcome back. And coming off a series where the pitching was outstanding, we take a look at those numbers. Smoked on the ground to second. To first, and 1 away in the top of the 3rd. Up now for Milwaukee, Xavier Edwards. This guy makes great contact. One of the best in the game at putting bat on ball.
He's got such quick hands, and he's gaining pitch recognition. That keeps him square to the plate. There's a good chance that his bat stays in the zone a long time, and that produces solid contact consistently.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it, and I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But you know what happens.
This is Bryce Terang. There's a swing and a drive. And that's a home run into the upper deck. Into the second deck it goes, and we're level. It's 2-2.
Wow, what a clutch swing right there. And now anything can happen in this game. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spit on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
And now it's William Contreras. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
And down on strikes. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. 1 in the inning, and it comes from a rather unlikely power source. 2-2 game. Set for the bottom of the 3rd, and now the DH, Griffin Conine. Conine recently earned Rookie of the Month honors. The 1-1. That one ripped right center field. This one looks like trouble. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his 2nd hit.
Everything came together for him. As soon as that one shot off his barrel, he was thinking extra bases. Really nice job of getting the bat out front, but not hooking around it or rolling over it. Just kept the swing on plane and smoked that thing into the gap.
Jonah Bride, the next up for the Marlins. And that's a base hit. Stop sign goes up at 3rd. Runners at the corners. Nobody out.
All over that one right there. Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
So runners at the corners. Nobody out. Now here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Connor Norby. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. The run scores from 3rd. It's 3-2.
Picks himself up an RBI. Fastball off the plate a little bit, but a really nice job of going with it. Punched it to the opposite field for that knock.
And here is Jesus Sanchez. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. Going back on this one. Leaping, and it's gone. That should put a jolt into this home crowd. And they tack on 3. It's 6-2. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. Well, he almost robbed the home run right there, and I tell you what, he'd love another crack at it. During batting practice, you always like to work on that, and so close, but that one was just out of his reach.
So digging in, Graham Pauley. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a ground ball. Terang handles, throws to first. Finally gets the first out here on the grounder. At the plate, Dane Myers. 4 runs already in the frame here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Swing at a ball lifted to center field. Perkins makes the grab on the run.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch. Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Wide throw, and it gets away. But a great backup there, and no one will move up.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
And now for the Marlins, Derek Hill. Not even close there. And it's 2-1. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. 2 outs. Puts it in the air out towards left center. And makes the grab. That is the inning. But the Marlins get 3 on the homer. It's now 6-2. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here in Miami, out of the 4th. And here is Hoskins. Here's a 1-1. Base hit center field. And a good start to the inning. Not sure if too many people have been paying attention to it quite yet, Singy, but that extends his hit streak to 11 now.
Well, I know he knows about it, even if a lot of our viewers don't. And this is when it's clear it's no fluke. 11 games in a row. Man, that's when even the hitting coach starts to leave you alone.
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. His 13th home run of the season. It's 6-4. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Got to keep that front shoulder closed and your body square to the plate, especially when you're facing a left-hander. He did all those things until the very last moment where that hip just popped. Hands came through, nice little lag to it. Carried out nicely.
Jackson Chourio up now for the Brewers. Weathers ready to fire now. In the air, left side. Myers sizing this one up. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter. And a tough one at that.
So up next, Mark Canha. Still only 1 out here in the inning. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. 2 runs for Milwaukee on the dinger. It's now a 6-4 ball game. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Liner, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
He went up there and got it with 2 strikes. I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there coming back in that at bat.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Tobias Myers gives way. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. A new pitcher in the game, number 77.
Well, at this point of the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and you need a little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
Now the number 2 hitter, Griffin Conine. Base knock center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center. So digging in, Jonah Bride. just missed.
That's the ball.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Swing and a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 3.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Good job getting the foot down so he could catch it out front and pull it. Turned on it nicely for the knock.
First and second, no outs. Connor Norby getting ready to hit. The 1-1. On the ground, could be 2. The throw to second, not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. Jesus Sanchez, the next up for the Marlins.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2, get out of this.
And a swing and a miss there.
In this situation, the batter's got to know what the pitcher's trying to do to him, and that's trying to get him to hit the ball on the ground, get 2 for 1. You got to look for something up in the zone. At worst case scenario, you deliver the sacrifice fly.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And this one looks like trouble. 1 run across, coming home. He'll score. 2 runs are in.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. Anytime you can drive a ball into the gap the other way, it feels so good. And that's when you know you're right where you need to be at the plate. It's even better when it gets you extra bases. Gotta love looking in at your dugout and seeing your teammates fired up.
1 out. Runner at second. And at the plate for Miami, Graham Pauley. This to third. Fires to first in time.
Now batting, the left fielder,
Dane Myers, the next to hit. Sanchez at second with 2 down. And that one is lifted in the air. Perkins sizes this one up, and that is that. But 3 score in the inning. 2 of them on this 2-run double. It's opened up now, 9-4. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Ready now for the 5th inning. Now, Blake Perkins. And a 1-1.
Hey. 1-2.
High fly ball, right field. Sanchez settles under it, brings it in. And there's 1 away.
up next in the shortstop, Xavier.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Xavier Edwards. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. It's through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
The batter number 2.
Bryce Terang will hit next. Lined, and that's a base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, 1 out.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Sanchez snags it for the 2nd out.
If he can get through this one, put up a 0, this will help in his outings to come.
So first and second with 2 outs. And the batter now is Rhys Hoskins. Edwards at second. Terang at first. 2 out of the inning. Next offering upstairs. Right through there for a strike. In the air, center field. Hill under it. Nabs it. And that is that. Brewers strand a couple. They trail it here 9-4. Taking a look at some notable Rookie of the Year candidates this season. The 1-2. That one hit to right. Canna makes the grab, one down.
The center fielder, number 3, Derek.
And now the center fielder, Derek Hill. One out, base is empty. Swing and a high fly ball hit in the air, left center field. This one's got a chance, and it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Absolutely blasted that one into the gap, but just didn't have quite enough to clear the wall out there. Maybe a little more elevation under it, and it carries over, but that's a swing you'll be happy with every time.
So the batting order turns over. Now it's the second baseman, Otto Lopez. On a line, base hit. Coming home. He will score, and it's an RBI single. It's 10-4. And here comes the Brewers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Number 77 done for the night, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. Here comes the new arm for the Brewers, Jared Koenig.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
Runner on at first with one gone. Griffin Conine, the next up for the Marlins. That one lifted to left. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 away.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Jonah Bride now at the plate. To the right side. Terang over to first in time. Inning over on the ground out. Took just 2 pitches to finish the frame out of the bullpen. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We're through 5. It's the Marlins 10 and the Brewers 4. And we're back. And now it'll be Christian Yelich.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Drops into the glove. 1 away. Next for the Brewers, Jackson Chourio. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Swings and misses. Now 1-2. So how much does his speed factor into his ability to go get it?
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat, he thinks this ball's going to get down. Because of that speed and the ability to make up so much ground, he enters the picture and breaks a guy's heart.
Next for Milwaukee, Mark Canha. 2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Fastball for a strike.
You got a full count.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Ground ball up the middle. Lopez sends it to first. That's the third out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. To the bottom of the sixth we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Marlins 10 and the Brewers 4. Back here at Lone Depot Park, John Shelby with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the sixth, Connor Norby. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
The right fielder, number 7, Jesus.
And up next for Miami, Jesus Sanchez. 1-1 now. And a big swing and a miss.
1 and 2's the count.
That's ripped. Base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out. Now it's going to be Graham Pauley. And a swing and a line drive into right field. Canna makes the catch, and there's one gone. And now for the Marlins, Dane Myers. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Over to Turang, 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. So it's no runs on 2 base hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We're through 6 full. It's the Marlins 10 and the Brewers 4. Declan Cronin gets the call from the pen. He last pitched 2 days ago. Do you remember when Tim Kirkjian ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, they used one of the kid-size ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze.
On the ground, right side. In plenty of time to first. That's the first out, the top of the 7th. So up next, Blake Perkins. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. Into the outfield, base hit.
I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings could hold up for it now.
I feel like 5 years ago you could have handled the freeze. It would have been fun, and I would bait you into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze, and it just never materialized.
Yeah, I appreciate that you had enough confidence in me that I could beat a guy who looks like he was going to the Olympic trials at some point or another. But yeah, it's always a great thing to watch there at Truist Park.
Would you have worn one of those bobsled outfits like the freeze wears?
Nah, that would have been a little too revealing for me at this age.
I feel you. High fly ball out to center field. Hill hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
The batter number 2, second baseman, Bryce Turang.
So man aboard. Up now for Milwaukee, Bryce Turang. 2 outs.
Ball.
So if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
And ball
Nope,
4,
that's
2
ball
aboard.
4. Runner, take your base.
Now batting, the catcher, William Contreras.
Here's the Brewers catcher now, William Contreras.
Well, I got a chance to meet William during spring training as he was coming up trying to get to the big leagues, and this kid's got some ridiculous.
And it stays fair. Coming home, One run is in. Coming home. The relay to the plate. It's off the mark and he scores. It's 10-6.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his bat through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
Rhys Hoskins to the plate. Man on second, 2 down.
Ball high.
That one's in there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Contreras on at second with 2 down. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Inning over, and it could have been worse. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's now a 4-run game at 10-6. Back after this on the show. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Trevor McGill.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
Agustin Ramirez digs in now. Up the middle. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still manages a throw, and it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out. Singy, it was close. Looks like they want a second to review it and possibly challenge the call if they think he beat the throw.
Yeah, they might challenge it just to kind of roll the dice, you know, Boog, and perhaps maybe they see something different as they get a look at some different angles.
Here's the center fielder, Derek Hill. Out to short. On the run, throw to first.
He's in
safe.
there.
And that's his 3rd hit.
Definitely a tough play, but he seems to have had a little trouble getting rid of it, and that made all the difference. And with the speed running up the line, you got to be perfect, and right there, he just couldn't get it there in time.
And at the plate for Miami, Otto Lopez. And that one lifted in the air center field. And it's caught for the out.
Now that's the designated hitter,
And now here's the Marlins DH, Griffin Conine.
Oh, yeah, Boog. He's on the brink of one of your favorite milestones. He's completed 3 legs of the cycle.
I love me some cycle. Comebacker to the mound. Slings to first, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. 1 left for Miami as the lead holds at 10-6. So the Marlins go with a new arm, Ronnie Enriquez.
He's having a ton of success facing left-handed hitters this season, so this seems like a smart move to turn to him with a lefty at the plate.
And it's fouled away. And now he steps off the rubber. Up the middle, Lopez tosses to first, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball, and then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance, had to try to in the air, get his shoulders turned, and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
Ripped on a line, and base hit.
He was all over that one. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Mark Canha getting ready to hit. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the third straight at bat.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch, tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous two-strike pitch. Well, just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And that's a fair ball. 1 run across. Coming home. He'll score. 2 runs are in.
Making some noise here. 2 RBIs on that swing, and they're right back in it. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
So runner at second, 2 down. Xavier Edwards up now for the Brewers. The other way, and it's just foul. That was close. With the tying run at the plate, and we're in the top of the 8th. Got him looking. Good job at damage control right there. Brewers pick up a run on this RBI double. It's down to 2 at 10-8 now. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here in Miami, ready for the bottom of the 8th. And now for the Marlins, Jonah Bride. The 1-1. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Perkins settles under this one, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's 1 down.
Third baseman, number 1, Connor.
Now here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Connor Norby. It's interesting he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
And a ball evens the count. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely. And I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
And that one is lifted in the air. Perkins under it. Corrals it. 2 down.
Up next for the Marlins, the right field.
2 outs, base is empty. Jesus Sanchez will hit next. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Up the middle. Fires over to Hoskins, and that ends the inning. Miami down in order. They lead it, though. It's 10-8.
Now pitching for
Andrew Nardi comes on trying to close it out.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Fastball for a strike, and it's 2-2. And a swing and a miss. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
He's 2 outs away. And here's the catcher, William Contreras. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. One down, base is empty. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And they're down to their last out.
Well, it's kind of tough right here. Closer comes in and he strikes out the first two hitters. It's hard not to feel defeated and that this is going to go quickly. But you got to go up there, maybe try to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out, put the ball in play, and maybe you can extend this inning.
Next offering is fouled back. Nardi is just one strike away. Breaking ball inside. Ball 2. Got him, and that's the ball game.
I always loved playing 4th of July games at home. There's so much energy in the ballpark, the red, white, and blue everywhere. And when you get a win, you feel like you did something special. Now it's off to get showered and changed and enjoy these fireworks.
And this one ends the final 10-8. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.